Okay, good morning class. Today we're going to talk about computing the reliability of the instrument using Cronbach's Alpha. Yan. So, meron tayo ditong table, if you remember, sa ating chapter 4 methodology. Meron tayo ditong nakalagay na variable sa reliability table number 3. Okay, papalitan nyo ito kung ano ang pangalan ng inyong variable. This is just an example. Para lang magkaroon tayo ng identification. And then the dependent variable, of course, for our second variable. So itong dalawa na to, kukuha na natin, kukumpute natin yung kanilang reliability result using Cronbach's Alpha. Ang result na yon ay magkakaroon tayo ng tawag na R value. So reliability value. So dalawang computation and then interpretation and if reliable o hindi. And of course, before nyo siyang i-administer, even though nakapag-validation na kayo ng instrument, asking the teachers regarding your questionnaire, who is an expert sa inyong study, ay hindi pa siya natatapos doon. Kung na-revise na siya, all corrections, comment suggestions, so i-administer na siya natin sa 5 non-respondents. Okay? Mga 5 non-respondents, of course, by definition, meron kayong 13 respondents plus 5 na non-respondents. Kaya siya 35 all in all. Pero before nyo siyang administer sa 30 respondents, you have to administer it first to 5 non-respondents para makita natin kung reliable ang inyong mga researcher-made questionnaire. Para dito pa lang magkakaroon tayo ng prediction na ang inyong study ay meron siyang relationship at the end of your pag-administer ng inyong mga research instruments. Okay? So, yan. Madali lang naman to. As I said earlier, I have already provided the Excel format. You will just input or encode all the data needed sa mga non-respondents ninyo and lalabas na kagad yung result ng inyong reliability test. Okay? So, let's proceed here. Meron tayo ditong Excel at na below makita ninyo, meron siyang IV and TV. So, here yung IV nyo i-solve, the independent variable. So, meron tayo yung sets of 15 questions na pinagawa ko sa inyo for each variable. Dahil ang IV1, 5 questions. IV2, meron siyang 5 questions, 10 na siya. And another IV3, which is the independent variable 3, meron siyang 5 questions each variable sa variable. Kaya all in all, meron tayong natawag na 15 questions. Okay? So, for your questionnaire, ayan, nakikita niyo yung ano dyan, it's already been formatted. Meron na siyang formula. So, what you are going to do basically is just input the data, isagot ng inyong mga respondents. So, makita dito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the number of respondents. Okay? Ang number of respondents ay the non-respondents. I-encode nyo dito yung inyong sagot nila. Sagot nyo yung respondent 1. Kunyari ay 4, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. As you can see, nagbabago yung kanyang mga data dito every time nag-encode kayo ng data. Okay, so our goal of course ay ito. Makita nyo sa Cronbach Alpha ay meron tayo itong 0.9 greater than that. Meron tayo excellent. Okay, 0.8 to 0.9 good. And then pagdating naman sa 0.7 to 0.8 acceptable, 0.6 to 0.5 ay mga questionable to unacceptable. Ang goal natin ay of course yung 0.7 hanggang 0.9. Yan ang goal natin. Kung hindi, ay merong problema sa inyong questionnaire. Hindi porket na-validate na siya, okay na siya. Kasi pag sinabi natin reliability, we're talking about the internal consistency. Yan. So kapag sinagot ba yan ni respondent, ay consistent ba yung magiging sagot niya? Hindi siya yung nilimbag-limbang lang. Kasi baka siya nilimbang is either minadali niyo yung respondent or hindi niya naunawaan yung questions. Kaya binasta-bastan lang niya yung kanyang sagot. Okay, so consistent para maging consistent. Hindi yung sabog-sabog. Minsan 4, minsan magiging 2, magiging 1. Minsan puro 4 na lang lahat. Extremes na 4. So, hindi siya ganun. Okay? For for example, meron tayong data na ano dito given sa baba. Pinrovide ko na siya, ayan. Pero hindi natin alam kung ano yung result nito. Okay, kakopy ko lang muna to. Pero sa inyo, of course, we're going to input it manually. Okay, yun, lumabas na. Okay, meron na tayong result agad. So, ang formula kasi ng Cronbach alpha is equal to K, which is the item, number of item, 15, over 15 minus 1, multiplied by 1 minus the summation of the variance over the variance of the total score. Okay? So, yun yun. Meron tayong number of items, which is 15. Sum of the item variance. Ito yun. Ito yung variance niya. Pag plus-and-plusin nyo lang to, okay, so, yun ang ilalabas niya dito. And then, variance with the total score. Yung total score niya, sum. Yung sum nito, and then kukunin nyo yung kanyang variance. Okay? So, hindi naman niya kailangan siyang explain furtherly. Basta, automatically naman, pag nakuha nyo yung result, ay yung data, lalabas na yung result. So, for this, meron tayong, yan, makikita nyo sa taas, meron siyang dedicated na siya formula. Automatic na siya. For this, meron lumabas na 0.91. Internal consistency, excellent, kasi according to this, greater than 0.9, ang result ay excellent. Okay, so excellent yung internal consistency ng ating reliability test for our independent variable. Lagyan natin dito, 0.91. Interpretation natin is excellent, and of course the result is reliable. Okay, so another one. Now let's compute the dependent variable. Same formula din naman, dependent variable ninyo. Okay, meron tayong natawag na db1, db2, okay, meron tayong db3, may dependent variable 3, and each variable, dependent variable, ay meron tayong tinatawag na 5 items each. So, 5 times 3 is 15. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga DB, IB1, DB1? Ito yung mga in terms of, di ba? Social media in terms of 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Academic performance in terms of 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. Okay, so yun lang yan. Okay, so dito ay, yan, meron na siya kagad na result. Okay, halimbawa, tanggalin muna natin to. So, pag kinami natin siya, yan. Ang lalabas dito sa result natin is 0.78. Acceptable dahil pag tingnan natin yung ating table, ang reliability result ng 0.7 to 0.8 is acceptable. Kaya acceptable siya. Lagyan natin dito, 0.78. And then, ang kanyang interpretation is acceptable. Kaya yan ang ating reliability result for the dependent variable. So, ang goal ninyo, of course, itong IB at DB ninyo ay magkaroon ng reliable result. Or else, re-revise kayo ng questionnaire ninyo para hanapin ninyo kung ano yung mali. Okay? So, yan. Dito pa lang, makita ninyo yan. Ang internal consistency, halimbawa, dito, makita natin sa si respondent number 4, consistent yung sagot niya. May mostly 3 yung sagot niya. Mostly 3. Dito naman, mostly 4. So, kaya siya natatawag natin consistent. Diba? So, yan. 3, 3, 4, 4. So, ibig sabihin yan, consistent yung sagot ni respondent. Hindi siya pababa na extreme, hindi siya pataas na extreme, kundi tuloy-tuloy, consistent yung kanyang sagot. Puro 3, puro 4. So, hindi naman kailangan 3 lahat at 4 lahat ang inyong sagot ng respondents ninyo. Basta ang key is consistent yung sagot nila. Kung puro 3, puro 3. Kung puro 2, mostly 2. Ganyan, mostly 1, mostly 4. Kaya siya consistency. So, ibig sabihin nun, iisa lang yung pangunawa ng ng respondent ninyo at nauunawaan ng respondent ninyo yung kanilang binabasa na questionnaire. Yeah, ito yung magiging result nyo. The dependent variable, of course, you're going to change this one to your variable. For example lang muna, dito is social media, and the other one is academic performance. Okay? And then, you just complete the table. This one, you just have to delete this one because hindi na natin kailangan yan kaya siya naka-red. It means lang siya ay pattern lang natin siya. So, this one ay okay lang naman siya. As is naman ito. Lalaki babaguhin nito. And as I taught you, wala naman tayong lalagay na formula dito. You're just going to state kung ano yung ginamit nating mga formula for the statistical treatment of the data. So, yun. Ito napakalagay niyan. Kaya kailangan na ninyo tapusin yung inyong mga questionnaire para makapag-start na kayo sa non-respondents, makapag-compute na kayo ng reliability result. And then, after pa lang nito, kapag nakapasa yung inyong questionnaire, ay doon pa lang kayo bibigyan ng go signal na mag-administer sa 30 respondents. Pag hindi, you're going to revise it kapag hindi nakuha yung R value. Sabihin, merong problema sa inyong questionnaire. Okay, so ang interpretation na kailangan natin is acceptable to excellent. Okay, so this one, the red letters, delete nyo na siya after. Ilagay nyo yung teacher or yung kanyang position, kung sino yung nag-validate ng inyong instrument. Okay, so please submit your validation questionnaire and then the final questionnaire for the checking. This one naman sa research instrument, kaya siya nakalagay. The first part has 5 items each question yan. Each question. IB1, DB1, IB2, IB3, 5 items each. Kaya siya 15. Okay? So, ang gagamitin natin na scale is 4-point scale. As is yan. Ito yan. Magagamit naman natin to sa chapter 5 sa presentation of the data para pag-compute na gamitin natin ito sa Likert scale at saka sa weighted mean, pag-compute ng weighted mean, which I will teach after this one. Okay, so yan, the sampling, kung anong sampling gagamitin ninyo is random sampling, purposive sampling. Lagay lang dito, ito sa method, respondent selected through purposive sampling. Okay, so depende yan, kung purposive sampling kayo, random sampling, cluster sampling, depende yan sa inyo. Ito sa method of, yan, just write the meaning, you just copy and paste the meaning. At in this sampling, the researcher, yan, baka for purposes of sampling kaya ginawa ninyo, in purposes of sampling, the researcher chose the honor students. Okay, dahil nga, for the purpose of your study, ang piliin nyo mo lang ay mga honor students. Okay, so yun lang naman. And then this one ay ano pa siya, raw pa siya, kasi this one you're going to submit this one kapag meron na kayong retrieval ng 30 respondents ninyo for the research. Okay, so hindi nyo pa ito papasa. You're going to pass the chapter 4, 5 and 6 pag kumpleto na siya lahat. Okay, so ang kailangan ko lang malaman kung inyong instrument is already reliable. Ito lang yung papakita nyo sa akin, itong result na to. Okay, so you just print this one, yung result ng IBDB, or this one, itong table na lang na to, kahit itong page lang na to sa reliability at saka sa validation, this one, para makita natin at kung for the go na yung inyong questionnaire. So yun lang, at balik-balikan nyo lang tong video na to para makita ninyo yung formula. And then I still have 2 formulas that I'm going to send via video. At ito yung pag-compute ng weighted mean at saka ng Pearson R to relate the two variables. Kung meron ba siyang significant relationship or wala. Thank you for listening and God bless.